Harlot is set to release their self-titled debut via Roadrunner Records today. The band features former Asking Alexandria frontman Danny Worsnop, guitarist Jeff George, drummer Bruno Agra, and bassist Brian Weaver. Worsnop and George talked about their second single from the album, Dancing on Nails, and how it's representative of their sound.
Dancing on Nails, it's a really fun, energetic tune.
It's just a real fun.
It's a real fun.
Fragment Man.
That's my superhero name. I baffle the villain with a half sentence.
You thwart all your enemies with those half sentences. Harlot, the band, we all have a lot of different influences. Brian Weaver, our bass player, he comes from a very Motown background, so you hear that in his bass playing.
Girls fan.
Me, huge Spice Girls, fan. No, obviously, classic rock and roll. Bruno, our drummer, it comes from Rio, Brazil, so he kind of feels rhythms and things a little bit differently. And then Danny, straight from hell, so he feels things like, the way that happens. But when you put that in a melting pot, you kind of get what is, We Are Harlot. And I think Dancing on Nails, you hear that vibe. I always loved bands like Van Halen and Pantera and stuff like that when you heard those personalities of those guys in those songs. And I think when you listen to our music, you can hear our personalities. I mean, Danny's really lacking on personality, as you know,
yeah.
So I've been trying to infuse some into him. But I think when you hear that song, you have like a Cheap Trick type of guitar line. You have a dancing bass line. You have drums. There's 2 snare drums in the song. There's a lot of different stuff in there going on that hopefully looks like it's translated over pretty well to the fans, that they enjoy it.
We asked the duo the biggest obstacle in getting the album done.
The legal side.
Yeah, everybody around us,
There were a lot of people trying to shut it down and try and make any opportunity to stop it being able to happen. And it took a lot of work and a fair amount of money and a lot of patience to get to this point.
It is the music business, and that's the tough thing. I know a lot of the fans and people just think that you can make music and put it out when you want, and it's just not that easy. There's a lot of red tape all over it, and especially us all coming from different labels and different bands and managers and lawyers and all that stuff. Once you put all that together, it makes it tough. But I think the most accomplished feeling is to finally have this to the fans and to the people that have been waiting 3.5 years to hear this record. That's what makes me most happy.
It also didn't help that we had a couple of incompetent people work on it for a while. But as soon as they were gone, it was a relatively smooth process.
Asking Alexandria, Danny's former band, has still not named a singer. We Are Harlot are set for the Rock on the Range Festival and the Download Festival in England, among others.
I saw you coming from across the world.